The festival became a part of Walnut Creek through previous events, such as the Grape Festival and the Harvest Festival. And then as we got into the 30s, they began to emerge in a little different style. The Walnut Festival itself became a Walnut Festival in the late 30s when it started taking on events that had local organizations raising their annual budgets to do their charitable work. The actual Walnut Festival became an entity in 1948 when a group of local guys thought they'd better get a little bit organized and apply to the Secretary of State for the name and the registration, and began a Walnut Festival that included a number of things, such as a parade and a queen contest, which was a fundraiser, that type of thing. That family became the so-called grandpas and grandmas of the Walnut Festival. So 1948 would be like a year that started as the Walnut Festival. People like Vance Perry and Terry Ring and John T. Schroeder and Marshall McGuire, those names still in the Walnut Festival family are like legends. And they brought the carnival to Walnut Creek, much to the glee and happiness of all the children, and much to the disdain of a lot of adults. And some of that feeling still exists in Walnut Creek, but the carnival does not run the Walnut Festival. It provides the rides and has a couple of booths of its own. But the biggest thing about the Walnut Festival that should never be forgotten in Walnut Creek is that the Walnut Festival provided the event for all of the local nonprofit organizations, the men's and women's service clubs and community service people, to actually raise their annual budgets. And they did that at the Walnut Festival through the booths. When you bought a hamburger and a hot dog and a corn on the cob and a nice slice of cake and so forth, you were buying that from your local banker, a woman that ran a dress shop, a guy that ran a men's store. They were all local people for their organizations like the Lions and Rotary, Soroptimist and Business Professional Women. That's how they raised their funds for their annual budget. They got it from the community and gave it back to the community. That was the essence of the festival. And there was always a big familial feeling with the Walnut Festival. It's still there, but it's a different time now. And I know there are a lot of different views of the festival in the community, but it has a historic place here because there's no event any older than the Walnut Festival and no event any newer than the Walnut Festival each year. The parade still goes on. It still draws a good crowd down to Main Street. When you go to the parade these days, you see your Cub Scouts, your Girl Scouts, you see all the children's groups, Little Leaguers in parades, young cheerleaders from all the different schools. So it's still community. It's still Walnut Creek in Central County, and the Walnut Festival will always have that.